beginning. So when you want to do any solution on SolidWorks, first thing is, so you should open a new file. Go to File, New. Okay, when you click on New, you will get 4 options in college systems. Okay, so already there is a standard template, as you know. So choose that standard template A4 MCE. Or else, if you don't find the standard template, so choose drawing. Okay, so this drawing is available everywhere. It is from the software itself. Whereas A4 MCE is the template for MCE. Okay, so in most of the systems in our college, you can find this template A4 MCE. If it is available, so choose A4 MCE. If you don't find A4 MCE template, then only choose drawing. Okay, so now I will choose A4 MCE template. Okay. So you will get a file which is similar to a drawing sheet. Okay. Next, in the exam also you should write name and USN. If the invigilator asks you to write USN and name, so for that you should go for annotation. Here there is an option called annotation. Okay. Before that, so after getting the sheet, so first you should align the or arrange the toolbars properly. Okay, you need not do that manually. So there is a simple option. Automatically it will give you all required commands in proper positions. Okay, for that, so go to view, go to view, then workspace default. Okay, if your toolbars are not arranged properly, then go to view, then in view go to workspace default. Okay, if you use these 3 options, so you can get all required toolbars. Okay, so view, workspace, default. So next, after that, so if you want to type your name and USN, so go to annotation. Next, click on note. Okay, then so move the cursor. So wherever you want to type the name, okay, keep it there. Okay, so use left mouse button. Okay, then you can type your name, like my name. Okay, so like this you can type name. Even you can type USN also. For example, 4MCE, like this. Okay. So next, so I will consider sketch commands. Okay, so for you sketch commands are very important. Okay, here sketch command. Suppose if the sketch annotation, if these are not available, okay, right click. So on the mouse you should click right. Okay, if it is not selected, so you don't get sketch command. Now sketch you cannot find. So if I want to add sketch command or sketch option, okay, I will right click here. So I will select sketch. Next it will become visible. So like that, if sketch or annotation is not visible, right click. So here you should right click and you should select it. Okay. Next, so I will discuss about sketch commands. Sketch. So in sketch commands, so you will get line, circle, polygons, okay, arc, then even spline, which is used to connect points to get ellipse. Okay, so first, so quite often we make use of the command line. Okay, so click on line command. Here there is a drop box. Click on this. You will get 3 options: line, center line, midpoint line. Okay, so if you want to draw chain dash line, you can choose center line, which is used for axis. Okay, or else so choose line. Okay, next, so move the cursor and click the left mouse button. So that is the start point of the line. Okay, next, again, so move the cursor and draw to required convenient length. Okay, then once again click on the left mouse button. Okay, then if you want to stop drawing line, so press escape key on the keyboard. Escape. Okay. So next, so in almost all problem you should draw XY line. In almost all problems related to projection of points, lines, planes, solids, you should draw XY line. Okay. So after drawing XY line in every problem, so fix it. that means you cannot move that line. The line will not move. Okay, so even if you give other relations also, it will not move. So for that you should fix it. So for getting fix option, click on the line, select line. Okay, so by pressing the move the cursor towards line. This will get highlighted in this color, orange color. Next, select this line. Okay, when you select the line, you will get relations option. Okay, in that relations option, fix. Click on fix, then OK. Now the line will get fixed. Okay. So line command is used to draw lines like this. Okay. Suppose if you have chosen line command and now you want to exit from that line command, so press escape key. Once again, if you want to use the same line command, previously chosen command, you need not go to line and you need not select, just press enter. So you will get the previously chosen command. Enter is the shortcut, okay, where you can get the previously chosen command, okay, by default. So next, if you want to change the thickness of the line, okay, as you know, so we make use of thick line, thin line. Okay, if you want to change the thickness, you should have this line format toolbar. Okay, suppose if you don't have line format toolbar by default, how you can get it? That I will explain. So here on the right top corner, okay, you can find search commands. So here there is a drop down next to search symbol. Okay, so here drop down. First choose commands, then type line format. Okay, if it is not available, now you can see line format is not available on the screen. Okay, in order to get line format, what I will do is, so I will go here, so I will choose commands, then I will type line. Okay, if I type line, then automatically this will get displayed. Okay, or else you can type line format also. Now I will choose line format. Okay, now it is visible. This is a very important toolbar where you can choose the types of lines and also you can change the thickness of the line. Okay, now so this is for changing thickness. So this on the left bottom corner. Okay, so you have this toolbar. Okay, so here I can change the thickness. For thick, I can choose 0.4 mm. For thin, I can choose 0.1 mm. Okay, so if you want to get medium thick, you can use 0.2 mm. Okay, or else you can manage with only thick and thin lines. If you have confusion regarding when to use medium thick, need not worry. Okay, so use thin lines instead of medium thick. So now, so I will select this line. If I want to change the thickness, so I will click on this. Next 0.4 I am selecting. Now thickness got increased. Okay, similarly I will select this line. So if I want 0.1, so I will click. By default it will be 0.1. Okay, or if you want to choose any thickness as default, okay, don't select any of the line. Directly go to this line thickness command. Okay, so if you click on any of this, that will become default without selecting any line. If you choose a particular thickness, that will be default thickness. When you start drawing a line, okay, so by default you will get the thickness. For example, now I am choosing 0.4 mm as default. Okay, now if I go for drawing a line, okay, the thickness of this line will be 0.4 mm. Like this. Okay, suppose by default if I am selecting 0.1 mm without choosing any line, without selecting any line, now this 0.1 mm thickness will become default like this. Okay, next one more important line command is types of lines. That is also available in line format toolbar itself. So here line style, here you will get dashed, chain, and continuous will be default one. Okay, so if I want to change a continuous thick line into dashed thick, first I should select this line. Next, so I will select dashed. Now it becomes dashed thick. Similarly, if I want to convert it as a chain dash, select this line. So go to line styles. So choose chain. Now it is a chain dash line. Okay, like this, you can make use of this toolbar to change thickness and also to choose a particular style of line like continuous and dashed. Okay, these commands are very important. Next, circle. Okay, second one in sketch, circle. Okay, so always use first option, that is circle by center. Okay, circle I will select. So again, click the left mouse button to choose center, then draw a circle. Okay, if you want to change the radius, if you know the value of diameter or radius, okay, before pressing escape, okay, directly you can type the radius or diameter value. Radius value you can type it here 15. Suppose if the diameter is 30, I will type radius as 15. So this is circle having 30 mm diameter. Okay. Next, so there is one more important command, that is dimensioning. Okay, if you want to dimension any drawing entity, it may be a line, circle, or anything. Okay, so you should use smart dimension. Okay, suppose if there's a line and if I should dimension this line, okay, I will go for smart dimension, select this line. Okay, so you will get the dimension. Now here you can edit the value also. If you want to get 100 mm line, okay, so edit the value, so this line length will get converted into 100 mm. Similarly, so I can dimension this circle. Now dia is 30. If I want to increase dia from 30 to 50, now I can edit 50 I can get. Okay, so smart dimension is used for dimensioning. Next, spline. Okay, in this third command, so we make use of only this one, spline. Spline is used when you want to connect a set of points by freehand. Okay, it is applicable for square lamina in case of projection of planes. In case of projection of solids for cylinder, cone, it is applicable. Even in development of cylinder or cone. So you need to make use of, sorry, in development it is not required. Okay, but in projection of planes and solids it is required. Okay, in second position, second top view. So now suppose if we have a set of commands, set of points like this, and if you want to get ellipse, okay, so use spline option. Spline, start from any point. Okay, go on clicking on these points using spline command. You will get the ellipse like this. Okay, so this is used to draw ellipse by joining few points. Okay, next, so this is for drawing rectangle. Okay, center rectangle. Okay, you can make use of this command. Or in polygon only you can construct a rectangle also. Okay, so next, one more important command is polygon. This is used to construct pentagon, hexagon, square, any polygon. Okay, so click on polygon command. Suppose if you want to draw hexagon, okay, so first, so like this, draw a hexagon. Okay, so number of sides in hexagon is 6. Okay, now if you want to draw hexagon such that it is resting on side, okay, this two sides should be vertical. Okay, so now in order to make this side vertical, I will click on this side, click on this side. Next you will get relations. In add relations, click on vertical. Okay, it will become vertical. Similarly, if you want to draw same hexagon resting on corner. Okay, so now, so two sides must be horizontal. Okay, now I will choose any one side, click on this side, make it horizontal like this. Okay, next, so in case of solids, in order to draw axis, you should locate center before deleting this circle. Okay, so draw a point at center. Okay, after drawing point center, next delete it. Okay, otherwise what will happen is, so you should draw diagonals to locate center, like in manual method. Okay, whenever we are drawing on drawing sheet, we do that. Okay. So next, so if you want to draw pentagon, so click on again same only one command, that is polygon. So click on this. So instead of 6, type number of sides as 5. Okay. Suppose if it is resting on edge, okay, I should get the resting edge towards right. So click on this edge and in add relation, make it vertical like this. Okay. Again, if it is for projection of solids, you should locate center. In case of projection of points, you can delete the circle after drawing it, no problem. But in case of projection of solids, you should locate center. For that, first draw point at center, next delete circle like this. Okay. So next, suppose if you want to increase the thickness of all the sides of this pentagon. Okay. So use the cursor and click on the left mouse button and drag, select the area by pressing the left mouse button continuously. Okay, you should choose area. Okay. So next, so all the drawing entities within that area will get selected. Okay, next go to this option, change thickness like this. Okay. Next, suppose if you are drawing a circle, okay, so it may be in projection of planes or projection of solids, you should divide circle into number of equal parts. Manual method, you know. So here in software, so there is a easy option available. Okay, suppose I will draw a circle. Okay, it may be having 35 mm radius, 70 mm diameter. Okay. Now, if I want to divide the circle into number of equal parts, okay. So what I will do is, so first I will select the circle. Next, go to tools. Okay, so this is very important. This is used to divide circle into number of equal parts. Okay, I will select the circle. Go to tools, sketch tools. In sketch tool, segment. Click on segment. Okay, here you can type. So how many parts you want to divide a circle into, how many parts, that you should type. Suppose if I want to divide a circle into 8 equal parts, I will type it as 8. Now the circle got divided into 8 equal parts like this. Okay. So next, other than this, so if you want to erase what you have drawn on the drawing sheet, okay, so on the software, one thing is using cursor, click on the left mouse button and select the drawing entity, then delete. Okay, use delete key on the keyboard. Okay, you can delete it. That is one option. Or you can use trim entities option. Here it is like eraser, trim entities. Click on it first. There's a drop down, so you should choose the first one, trim entities. Again, there are different types of trim. Okay, so choose the last one, trim to close it. Okay, remaining also I explained in the class, but now I don't go for explaining remaining things. So just choose the trim to close it. Okay, that means here whatever drawing entity, so that is nearer the cursor, so that will get deleted. Okay, so now, so I have chosen trim entities. In trim entities, trim to close it. Now, if I want to trim this one of the side of the hexagon, okay, I will move the cursor towards that side and I will press the left mouse button. It will get erased or deleted like this. Okay, suppose even I can delete like this. So this is trim is nothing but it is like eraser. Next, suppose if you have two lines or two lines, okay, like this. Suppose if you want to connect this line to this vertical line to horizontal one, okay, you need not draw one more line from this point to this. For that there is an option available, extend entities. Okay, this option, extend entities. So now I will click on this line. I can extend like this. Okay, this is rarely we make use of extend entities. It is useful in case of midpoint problem in projection of lines. Okay, so this is about basic sketch commands. Okay, next I will consider a problem in projection of planes. Okay, and I will explain few steps like making a block, rotating, removing lock angle. All those things I will explain by considering a problem related to projection of planes. Okay, for projection of points and lines, you can watch the links of videos which I already shared in that file. Okay, same command, same step you can follow for projection of points and lines. For plane solids, uh, in those videos, okay, I make use of manual approach where I am not using block entities, lock angle, all those things I am not using. So only by making use of these sketch commands and center point arc, okay, I have explained the procedure to draw projection of planes and solids in those videos. Okay, but that will take more time. So in those videos, I tried to explain the concepts. I have not attempted to explain the commands of the software. Okay, that was not my concern. Okay, I was trying to explain the concepts. Okay, in those videos, but here I will explain how you can save time by making use of those making block and copy, rotate, all those options. Okay. Again, if you find it difficult to use these commands like make, block, rotate, all those things, you can go to traditional approach. But the problem is managing time. It will take more time. In worst case, you can go for that, no problem. Okay. So if you find it, if you get confused regarding using these commands, okay, so you can use that procedure. Okay. Now I will consider a problem. Okay, I don't explain the concept related to problem. Okay, if you want to learn this, so you can go through the recorded video lectures which I already shared. Okay, if you watch those, you will understand the concepts. Okay, here I am explaining just how you can make use of the commands. Okay, so consider a problem: a pentagonal lamina of 25 mm, sides rest on HP on one of its corners. The perpendicular bisector which is passing through the resting corner is inclined to HP at 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. The side opposite to the resting corner is nearer to the observer. Draw its projection. Okay, I don't go for explaining the concepts of the problem. First, I will draw XY line. So for that, so click on sketch, then line, draw XY line. Okay, if you want to draw it as a medium thick, so select this line. Okay, choose thickness as 0.15. Okay, after that, fix this line, fix it. Okay, next go to annotation, note. So type XY. Okay, next, since it is a pentagon resting on corner, I should draw a pentagon such that I am getting the resting corner towards right. Okay, so I will go for polygon, then I will draw pentagon. Okay, so number of sides is 5. Okay, so I want to get resting corner towards right. So that means the side on this side, it should become vertical. I will select this side, I will make it vertical. Okay, now this side become vertical, so it is I am having corner towards right. Okay, since it is a problem related to projection of planes, I need not get center. Okay, I will delete this circle. Now, so length of the sides is given 25 mm. So I will go for smart dimension. I will select one of the side. Okay, and I will type the value 25 mm. So 25 means it will be in mm. So that means in order to get that in mm. So here there is an option. Always it should be in mmgs at the right bottom corner. Okay, here you can see mmgs. So it should be always in mmgs. Then only you will get dimensions in millimeter. Okay, first before drawing. Okay, so after opening a file itself, you should check whether it is in mmgs or not. Okay, if it is not in mmgs, so select mmgs. Okay, next, so after drawing a polygon, so now I will select the sides of this pentagon. Okay, I will increase the thickness to 0.4. Next, annotation note. So I will name the points. So for typing these letters, so you should go to note command. DE. Okay. Next, I will project the points. Again, sketch line command. Okay, these are construction lines, so thin lines. Okay, next, so I will connect this point to this and increase the thickness 0.1. This is the front view. Next, so I will place points. Okay, so go to point command. So put points here at all required points. Okay, so you have to place these points. There's a reason, okay, why you should place the points here. Next, go to annotation. So I will name the points. For top view, so we use smaller lowercase. Okay, for front view, we use lowercase with prime, that is dash, a dash. So here it will be dash, b dash. Okay, here d dash, c dash. Okay, next, in second front view, okay, I should draw this first front view in different orientation. That means, so here condition is given, rest, pentagonal lambda 25 mm sides rest on HP and one of its corners. The perpendicular bisector which is passing through the resting corner is inclined to HP at 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. So perpendicular bisector means, so if I draw a line, horizontal line passing through this corner A, this itself is perpendicular bisector. This line divides pentagon into two equal parts. That's why it is a perpendicular bisector, and it is perpendicular to this side. Okay. Now, so if I make this front view inclined at 45 degree, automatically this perpendicular bisector also will make 45 degree with HP. So next thing is I should use block option. Okay, so I will make it thin line. Okay, so I should make use of block option. Okay, so in order to group, block is nothing but grouping. So if you want to group some entities, okay, you should make use of block option. So for that, go to annotation, blocks. Okay, click on the drop down, make block. Select make block. Now block entities. Okay, which are the entities which you want to group? So that you should select. Again, move the cursor. So press left mouse button, select the area like this. Okay, so now it consists of a line, 3 points and 3 nodes. That means so A dash, E dash, B dash, D dash, C dash. Okay. So this should be part of a block. Now after selecting these things, so I will click on OK, make block. Now it will be considered as a single entity. So after making a block, next go to sketch command, go to move entities. Okay, under move entities drop down, you will get copy entities. Okay, next block default it got selected. Now start point, I will consider A as start point. Okay, next I will copy and I will place it on XY line like this. Next, after placing it once, press escape. It will come out of the block. Okay, if you get like this, so select and delete once for one, twice, so they will include. Okay, next. So now I should rotate this for 45 degree. So for that, first click on this block. Okay, so click on it. So when you click on this, so you will get this window. So here by default always lock angle gets selected. Okay, you have to remove lock angle. If you don't remove lock angle, you cannot rotate the block. In order to rotate the block, you should remove lock angle. Okay, now I will deselect the lock angle, then click on OK. Okay, after deselecting lock angle, now I will go for rotate entities. Okay, entities to rotate this block, I will select. Now you can see block 9.2 is selected. It is the entity to rotate. Next, center of rotation. Click on this box. I will choose A as center of rotation. A. Okay. Next, angle. Here I should specify the angle. So here it is 45. Okay. So here if I type 45, it may come down because it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now, in order to get it upwards above XY line, I will type minus 45 so that it will go upwards. Okay, so go to rotate entities, again select this block, center of rotation, choose this. Okay, now I will rotate minus 45. Okay, so next after rotating it, click on escape, press escape key on keyboard. Okay, so if you want to go to previous step, as you know, so you can use this undo option here at the top. Okay, so that will reverse the last action. Next, after that, suppose if you want to move these nodes to required location. Okay, right click, select this block, right click, explode block. Okay, after exploding block, you can move. If you don't select explode block, you cannot move individual entities. So it will become a single entity. If you explode block, after exploding, all these things will become again individual entities. Line is a separate entity, 3 points are separate. Okay. Next, after this, so I will dimension, smart dimensioning. Okay, 45. Now it is inclined at 45 degree. Okay. So after that, use line command, project the points, get the second top view. So A. Next, B and E. Next, D and C. Okay, so after locating the points, okay, so connect using line command, line. Okay, then select these lines and increase the thickness. Okay, select this one, then hold the control key on keyboard so that you can select multiple entities once. Okay, next I will draw one more line and increase the thickness. Okay, next I will name these points. Okay, so now because since we should incline bisector or median to 30 degree, okay, so I should check given angle is true angle, true inclination, but here because of inclination with HP, the length of the bisector got reduced. Okay, actual length of perpendicular bisector was this much, 38.47 mm. Now here in the second top view, okay, in second top view the length is less than that. So here the length got reduced from 38.47 mm to 27.20. That means here I am having apparent length of the perpendicular bisector. So I should find out beta. Okay, first I will find out beta. So draw a line parallel to xy, or you can start from xy line. If you have convenient space, you can start from xy, or else draw a line parallel to xy. First, I know true inclination, 30 degrees true inclination, and I am having true length of the perpendicular bisector, that is 38.47 mm. So first I will draw a inclined line inclined at 30 degrees, that is true inclination, and to true length. Okay, this angle is 30. Next, length is 38.47. Okay, first draw a inclined line to given true inclination and true length. Okay, after that, so I will draw a locus of this point. Okay, a horizontal line passing through this point I will draw. Okay, next I will delete this. Next, so I don't know the false angle, but I know the false length. Okay, now I will go for center point arc. It is like compass. Okay, for drawing arc we make use of this command, center point of arc. So this is the center. Radius as false length, that is apparent length of this perpendicular bisector, that is 27.20. Okay, so now I will connect these 2 points. Okay, and I will measure the angle between this false length line and horizontal. Okay, so approximately you will get 45 degree, 45.61. Around 45 is the beta angle. Now I should rotate this to beta angle. I will delete these things. Okay, now it is parallel. Okay, parallel to xy means parallel to VP, but this A, and if I, for convenience, if I name it as 1, okay, I will name it as 1. Just for convenience. Okay, so this A1 should be inclined at beta, that is 45 degree. Okay, so for that, first in the last top view I should redraw the second top view in different orientation. Okay, for that what I will do is, so I will make use of once again same procedure, block. Okay, go to annotation, block, make block. Okay, use the cursor, plus press left mouse button, select the entities to block. Okay, here projectors also will get selected. What we should do is, so go to this block entities box. Okay, click on the line 81. It will get highlighted. This is not required, so I will delete it. Delete. Second, line 83. Right click. Okay, on the mouse, right button you should use on the mouse. Okay, delete. Next, 84. This line, this also a projector, not required. Delete. 82, not required. Delete. 85, delete. Okay, but there is one more method. At once only you can select multiple lines. For that, first click on line 86. Okay, next press the control button of the keyboard. Next 87, 88, Okay, they will get highlighted. Now I will delete all the 3 once. Okay, delete. So now I want only this much. Okay, so then if I want to select this line, okay, so I should consider this also. Okay, or I can draw. Okay, so before this, what I will do is, so I will draw one more line from 1 to A. Okay, so sketch line 1 to A. I will draw a separate line. Okay, like this. So now again I will go to annotation, make block. Okay, select entities. Okay, now I will select lines to delete. Okay, so I will delete these lines. Okay, now so even I am having this perpendicular bisector. Okay, which I have drawn separately. Okay, now so I will make this as block. So click on OK. It will become a single block. Okay, after that go to sketch, move entities, drop down, copy entity. So block already got selected. Start point, I will specify A as start point. So I will get, so copy one copy, then I will press escape. Okay, so delete this. Okay, next, so now I should rotate this such that it is making 45 degree. Okay, so what I will do is, so first click on this block, remove lock angle. Okay, next go to move entities, rotate entities. Okay, center of rotation, I will choose A as center of rotation, angle 45 or 45.61, that is beta angle. Okay, click on OK. So now it is inclined at 45. Now we can directly you can move and you can keep it on this line using mouse. Directly you can do that. So there are other options available also. Okay, so you can select this line and this. Okay, so and you can add relations, that is also possible. Select line and this one. Okay, so first select this line, click on this line, that is 45 degree inclined line, beta angle line, and then press the control button of the keyboard and select this. You will get relations. Okay, in the relation, if you make it collinear, so it will be in the same line like this, collinear. Okay, either so you can extend this line like this, and you can show that, so you are considered beta angle like this. Okay, that is one way. There are different approaches you can follow. Okay, or you can move this block like this. Okay, whichever is easy for you, you can do that. Or else there is one more method, one more option. Okay, you can calculate beta angle somewhere else on the drawing sheet. Okay, wherever there is space available. So find out beta angle separately. Directly rotate the second top view to that beta angle. Okay, then you need not do all these things. So you can construct beta angle, or you can do construction of beta angle somewhere else, wherever space available on the sheet. Then directly you can rotate the second top view to beta angle. Okay, next, for getting the final view, project all the points, connect and get the final.